welcome to 54 Nights RV. Today we are taking a look at the 2020 Innovator 2125RB. I believe she said it was 4,800 pounds. I don't know if that was the dry weight or the gross weight, but you can see it's not listed here how much it weighs. It's a new model, a new company. So
it's fun.
Yeah. It's got pass-through storage on the front and on the slide there is really cool. And the trailer is painted. That is not decals and white fiberglass. That is actual paint. Slam latch doors, which is different from what's on most trailers. That's a pretty deep slide. It's like a 7-foot long slide, and it comes out quite a ways on the cable system, and that cable system is really a very reliable slide out mechanism.
You can kind of see more of how far it comes out when you go inside.
LED lights on the rear end of it. It also has backup lights. See the price of this trailer there. We'll get into that a little bit later. But $40,000 is what they're wanting for it at the show. We'll get into that. This one has the solid step on it.
We always like the solid step.
Yeah. And a Truma hot water heater. Awesome. The door latch that holds that door open is actually made of metal and not just flimsy plastic. And it has an armless awning on it. I believe that is a Dometic awning.
It has a Terry inside of it.
Yeah, scary Terry standing inside of it. I think the first thing I noticed when I walked in here is it's not wood as far as the decor.
Right.
Which is, for a lot of people, a step above.
There's a tub in there if you've got little ones.
Yeah, and all that, there's space underneath that sink, which you don't see a lot of in modern RVs. Good size hanging storage there. I like the cabinets. I mean, they're simple, but I guess it's kind of a contemporary look.
A lot about this is it's simple and it's I kind of like that.
Yeah. Deep drawers there. And like she said, it's got the tub and it has a wand shower head as well as a rain shower head.
Which you usually just see in the higher model,
yeah,
like coaches.
And Jesse was pointing out the aluminum kick plate, baseboard basically.
Jesse's the vendor.
And the fantastic fan. Backlit mirror. Terry's kind of pointing out there that that wall is pretty solid. You tug on that hook and it's pretty solid there. Good size refrigerator.
A little pet drawer on the bottom. I think we probably show that again later.
There's the entertainment center. You got your stereo and your speakers and the TV. I think that's a 32-inch TV. I'm not sure. And there's that big old slide out. That is a huge booth dinette.
You can't really tell in the video how big it is, but it'll easily sleep 2 people. I think she said it's almost a full.
Yeah. And the windows around it nice.
More storage up top.
I think that slide section is actually 6'3" tall.
And the drawers don't go all the way back because you've got that storage and the slide out on the outside.
You get your gas cooktop and
burners beside each other. It's kind of nice. You don't have a wasted one behind.
It's hard for me to get past all this storage underneath the sinks, because in a lot of the RVs you don't get much storage underneath the sink. And this one has the Murphy bed, so it folds up and there's a couch there. You can see in that photograph right there. It does have USB and 110 outlets on either side of the bed. Those lights up there are where you can just reach up and slap them to turn them off. Not like clapper, more like slapper.
Slap on, slap off. Wait, slap who? Slap her? It's not nice. She might slap you back.
And that piece of material sitting there on the counter looks like a piece of wood. It's actually composite material, and it is surprisingly light, and that's what the cabinets are made out of.
Yeah, they had us hold it, and I was expecting light, but I was not expecting how light it was.
Yeah.
It is incredibly light. TV's kind of at an awkward angle.
Yeah, well, it's a pretty good distance from the main seating once you put that bed up. And it has the frameless windows on it, so they're not going to open up real far. And if you've been watching our videos for any length of time, you know that I am not a fan of the pleated blinds.
But it does have the kind, what are they called? The night shade?
Yeah, day-night.
Day-night.
Yeah.
So if you get up to the top, you can pull that down and get to the night shades.
I believe there is a curtain that goes across where the main bed is, so you do get a little bit of privacy there.
Pretty floors.
And there's light underneath the baseboard that works off of a sensor. So if your feet hit the floor in the middle of the night, those baseboard lights come on.
Or you can turn that off. You don't have to have the sensor.
It's a good looking rig from the outside.
Really neat little trailer.
Yeah, and you know, for the first time for this teeny tiny YouTube channel, I feel like I'm obligated to say that we're not sponsored. Jessie, that young lady you saw in the video, showed us around and told us all about this trailer. And you know, we go to these RV shows, and every now and then at one of these RV shows there's just a camper that grabs our attention. You know, this thing looks like a camper. I mean, it's 21 foot long box on it. It looks like a 21 foot, you know,
Trailer.
Jayco or whatever, but there's actually, you know, the name of the company is Innovator, and there's a lot of innovative things about this camper that caught my attention. It's got a composite frame. Like we said, the cabinets and stuff are made of a composite material. That thickle wall is a composite material, and all these composites lead it to be lighter than a trailer made by traditional.
The one vendor also
construction.
did a little sound test in the bathroom, closed the door, and and of course there is the space underneath, or on top, I guess, in this one. So you could hear her, but it really was pretty quiet compared to like our camper, for example.
Yeah, and I've got to look at my notes here because I really don't want to miss some of the things. The crown molding, you notice crown molding all throughout that trailer. That's where the wirings run. So, I mean, it doesn't seem like that big a deal for, you know, I guess the regular consumer, but it really kind of is. It allows them to make their walls with less holes cut in them and less trailways cut through the walls. It's got like I said, it's got backup lights on it, which not a lot of trailers have backup lights. The chassis itself is actually integrated into the floor. They call it a unibody construction, something you hear about when you're talking about cars. But it's what they're calling this, and you know, I'm not a journalist by any means, and you know, as a matter of fact, she wanted me to do an interview with Jesse, and it's like I know my limits. I wouldn't know what to ask, but if I had been on my game, I would have poked my head up underneath that trailer and taken a look at it, but I didn't. I kind of wish I had now, but yeah, that slide out, it says in the brochure it's what, 50 inches deep and 88 inches long. So it's a deep, long slide out, and you can feel it inside that rig. But it's just you know, if you've watched some of our other videos, you've heard me complain about the lack of innovation in the RV industry as far as the construction of the trailers. There's always innovation on the latest and greatest doohickey and
features,
you know, the next sparkly thing that hangs from the wall. But as far as trailer construction or RV construction in general, it's really kind of been stagnant from my point of view. And this particular company, Innovator, they've done some innovative things and went beyond your traditional build on campers. You know, the price point, $40,000 was the show price.
$40,000 for a trailer.
Yeah, it's for a trailer. Yeah, you've heard me harp on the price before. Not for this particular trailer, but this one, the price point actually, from what I could see, it kind of falls between a Jayco and an Airstream of similar length. So, and from in my eyes, that's actually a solid price point for it. You've got the camper made out of composite materials, and a lot of the fixtures and the amenities in that camper.
Features, yeah.
Yeah, it's something you expect to see on a motorhome, an upper echelon motorhome. Mm-hmm. So I feel like the price point is, I mean, pardon the pun, but right on the money. But I'm curious to see how these things do out in the field over the next couple of years. You know, how customers,
right, when they get some use and can report back. And
I'm a little excited to see where this company goes in the next few years. Is this just a one-shot innovation thing, or are they going to carry it on and work on other things and integrate other innovative ideas as far as the construction of the camper and the build of the camper? So,
they've got smaller models too.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to watch.
If you guys get one, or you know somebody that got one, report back. We'd love to hear.
Oh yeah,
what you think, the pluses and minuses, you know, the good and the bad.
Yep.
I mean, we're very curious about this one.
Yep.
Interested.
But that was the 2020 Innovator 2125RB.
Like RV.
RB.
I said like RV.
Boy.
Hey, I'll never forget it.
We got it. Yeah, we got to go before she carries on. We'll catch you guys down the trail.
Bye-bye.